Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning with absolute certainty in who you are. No second-guessing yourself. No anxiety about what others think. No mental spirals about past mistakes or future unknowns. You move through your day with quiet strength, making decisions quickly and standing by them without wavering. Sounds impossible. What if I told you that this level of inner confidence isn't some modern self-help fantasy, but an ancient practice that transformed ordinary people into legends? Today, we're diving into the philosophy of the Stoics, specifically Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the ancient world, who discovered that true strength comes not from controlling others, but from mastering yourself. His insights, written in private journals, never meant for publication, reveal the psychological secrets that built unshakable confidence in the face of any challenge. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the most confident people throughout history weren't born that way. They simply learned to think differently about three fundamental aspects of life. Here's the thing. Most people today are walking around as prisoners of their own reactions. Someone cuts them off in traffic, and their entire mood shifts. A coworker makes a snide comment, and they replay it for hours. They see others succeeding on social media, and suddenly they question their own worth. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayals, plagues, wars, and the constant pressure of ruling an empire. Yet his private writings reveal a man of remarkable inner peace. How? He understood something that most people never grasp. You cannot control what happens to you, but you have absolute power over how you respond. This isn't positive thinking or wishful hoping. This is practical psychology that modern neuroscience has confirmed. The Stoics discovered that confidence isn't about feeling fearless. It's about being comfortable with uncertainty and trusting your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Think about the last time you felt truly confident. I bet it wasn't when everything was going perfectly. It was probably when you faced a challenge and surprised yourself with how well you handled it. That's the difference between fake confidence and real confidence. Fake confidence needs perfect conditions. Real confidence thrives in chaos. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. Not because the future doesn't matter, but because this moment is the only place where your power actually exists. Every second you spend worried about tomorrow or replaying yesterday is energy stolen from the one place where you can actually make a difference." But here's where most people misunderstand Stoicism. They think it means becoming emotionless or not caring about anything. That's completely wrong. Marcus Aurelius loved deeply, grieved losses, and felt the full weight of responsibility. The difference was that he didn't let those emotions control his actions. He separated what he could influence from what he couldn't. He focused his energy entirely on his choices, his character, and his responses. Everything else, he acknowledged it, accepted it, and moved forward. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you're giving a presentation and it goes terribly. Your slides malfunction, you forget your key points, and you can see people checking their phones. Most people would spiral. "I'm terrible at this. Everyone thinks I'm incompetent. I'll never get promoted now." A Stoic approach? That didn't go as planned. What can I learn from this? How can I prepare better next time? What parts of my preparation were actually within my control? Instead of drowning in shame, you extract wisdom and move forward stronger. This isn't about suppressing negative emotions. It's about not letting them hijack your decision-making. You feel the disappointment, acknowledge it, and then ask, what's my next move? Marcus Aurelius faced the death of multiple children, political conspiracies, and military threats that could have destroyed Rome. Yet he approached each crisis with the same question. What does this situation require of me? Not, why is this happening to me? Or how can I make this go away? But, how can I respond in a way that reflects who I want to be? That's the secret to unshakable confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you have the tools to respond with dignity and wisdom. Now let's talk about the second pillar of Stoic confidence. Understanding that other people's opinions are not your reality. Marcus Aurelius was literally the most powerful person on earth, yet he wrote extensively about not being swayed by praise or criticism. Why? Because he understood that seeking external validation is a trap that destroys authentic confidence. Think about how much mental energy you spend trying to manage other people's perceptions of you. You craft the perfect Instagram post, rehearse conversations in your head, or avoid taking risks because you're afraid of judgment. All of that energy could be directed toward actually becoming the person you want to be. The Stoics had a radical perspective. Other people's opinions are their business, not yours. This doesn't mean being rude or inconsiderate. It means recognizing that you cannot control what others think, and trying to do so is both impossible and exhausting. Here's what this looks like in practice. You share an idea in a meeting, and someone dismisses it. Instead of spending the rest of the day wondering if you sounded stupid, you ask yourself, do I believe in this idea? Did I present it clearly? What can I learn from their response? You use the interaction as data, not as a referendum on your worth. Or imagine posting something online and getting negative comments. Most people either delete the post in embarrassment or spend hours crafting the perfect comeback. A Stoic response? Read the criticism to see if there's valid feedback. Ignore the rest and move on with your day. Their reaction says more about them than it does about you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Remember that very little disturbs the wise man. It is not what happens that disturbs us, but our judgment about what happens." This is the foundation of genuine confidence, knowing that your peace of mind doesn't depend on other people's reactions. But here's the paradox. When you stop desperately seeking approval, you often become more respected and admired. People are drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin, who don't need constant validation, who can handle criticism without crumbling or lashing out. Think about the most magnetic people you know. Are they the ones constantly fishing for compliments or defending themselves? Or are they the ones who seem secure in who they are, regardless of the situation? This brings us to the third and most powerful aspect of Stoic confidence, the practice of negative visualization. This might sound depressing, but it's actually liberating. Marcus Aurelius regularly contemplated loss, the death of loved ones, the fall of Rome, even his own mortality. Not because he was morbid, but because this practice made him appreciate what he had and prepared him emotionally for life's inevitable challenges. Modern psychology calls this pre-traumatic stress inoculation, and research shows it actually reduces anxiety and increases resilience. When you've mentally rehearsed how you'd handle difficult situations, they become less scary, and you become more confident in your ability to cope. Here's how you can apply this. Instead of avoiding thoughts about potential setbacks, spend a few minutes each week imagining how you'd handle various challenges. What if you lost your job? What if a relationship ended? What if your health declined? Not to be pessimistic, but to build mental muscle. The goal isn't to become paranoid or fatalistic. It's to realize that you're stronger and more adaptable than you think. Most of our fears evaporate when we face them directly instead of letting them lurk in the shadows of our mind. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." This wasn't about seeking fame or leaving a legacy. It was about recognizing that every moment offers an opportunity to practice virtue, to respond with wisdom, and to become the person you're capable of being. Real confidence comes from knowing you can trust yourself. Not that you'll never fail or face rejection or encounter setbacks, but that when those things happen, you'll handle them with grace and learn from them. This is why Stoic confidence is so different from the fake confidence we see everywhere today. Fake confidence needs perfect conditions, success, approval, favorable circumstances. Stoic confidence thrives in any condition because it's based on something that can't be taken away from you, your character. So here's your challenge. For the next week, practice these 3 principles. When something unexpected happens, ask yourself, what does this situation require of me? When you catch yourself seeking approval or fearing judgment, remind yourself, their opinion is their business, not mine. And when you feel anxious about the future, spend a few minutes visualizing how you'd handle whatever you're worried about. You won't transform overnight, but you'll start to notice something remarkable. Situations that used to shake you become manageable. Criticism that used to sting becomes mere information. Uncertainty that used to paralyze you becomes an adventure. The ancient Stoics discovered something that modern self-help often misses. True confidence isn't about feeling invincible. It's about knowing you can handle whatever life throws at you. And that knowledge, once earned, can never be taken away. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but his greatest conquest was himself. The same tools he used to build unshakable confidence are available to you today. The question isn't whether they work. History has proven that they do. The question is whether you're ready to stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the author of your response to them. Your future self is waiting.